So this is the infamous smash burger, all right? So I'll be showing you how to make this awesome sauce, the special sauce, caramelized onions, how to properly toast the bun, all the way down to how to sear your burger patty. So once again, thank you guys for clicking and watching. This is gonna be my new channel. It's gonna be everything about food. I won't always be cooking. I will always be eating. But yeah, so let's just dive into it and I'll show you guys how to make this awesome burger.
All right, so this is everything we're gonna need for our smash burgers, right? So we're just gonna get into it. This is everything we need. It's nothing crazy, very simple, you know, a traditional smash burger. All right, so we're gonna need ground beef. We're gonna patty our own patties, and we'll get into it a little bit later of what blend we're gonna need. We're definitely gonna need our American cheese. We don't want none of that high-end cheese, right? We need American cheese because it's gonna melt the way we want it. We want that silky smooth, melty cheese, right? And those fancy cheeses, that won't give us none of that. All right, and then we're gonna need one white onion that we're gonna caramelize, you know, to get all those funky, sweet, aromatic flavors out of this onion, right? And we'll talk in depth about it. We're also gonna need all the stuff for our secret sauce, that In-N-Out style sauce. You know, we're gonna need our ketchup, our mustard, our mayonnaise, and then we'll get into a little bit more what else we're gonna need in there. And then we're definitely gonna need our sesame seed bun. This thing won't be what it needs to be unless we have that sesame seed bun, right? We don't want no potato roll, none of that. Sesame seed bun. It's gonna take it to a whole new level, and that's what we're talking about. That's what we need. All right, so that's it. This is all we need. All right, so let's talk burger patties, right? So we're definitely gonna need to make our own patties. You can't be buying none of that stuff from the store pre-pattied. All right. Number two, we're gonna need the best blend possible to make a smash burger. And for me, the best possible blend is an 80-20 blend. So that's 80% lean meat to 20% fat. And you ask why? Because we're gonna need that fat to help us crisp up our burgers, right? It's a smash burger, so it's gonna be super thin. So you want that fat content to really, you know, crisp up these burgers, and to really, you know, you want like that fat to really linger on your tongue. You know, you don't want no dry hucky puck, right? Nobody wants that. You want something that, you know, is gonna be full flavor and just like linger on your taste buds, and that's what we need, right? And after we're done, you know, making our little balls and patting this thing together, you know, we gotta let it rest. When you're searing any protein or any, you know, anything that you're gonna need to cook to a certain temperature, you want to let it rest. And why do you let it rest? You know, the longer you let it rest and come to room temperature, the more evenly it's gonna cook all the way through. You know, if you just rush it through out of the fridge, it's gonna cook very unevenly. So you want to let your burgers rest at least 30 minutes before we go to sear this thing. You know, that's gonna give us an ideal sear. You know, it's gonna be very delicious and mouth slapping, tongue slapping. All right, so that's what we want. Now it's time to caramelize our onions. So we want to saute these on medium to high heat. You know, we really want to get that caramelization, you know, bring out all those flavors, those sweet or aromatic charred flavors out of our onion. But we have to pick the right oil. You know, you don't want to be caramelizing anything in olive oil. That's just gonna burn right away. You want a high smoke point oil. You know, like a vegetable oil or canola oil. That's one, gonna be high smoke point, not gonna burn, and is not gonna impart any flavor. And then we're just gonna roll into it with, you know, some nice salt, kosher salt. You don't want your granny's salt, okay? We're not seasoning anything in here with no granny salt. No offense to you grannies out there, but no granny salt. You want that kosher salt, whether it's in a grinder or, you know, you got your own spice grinder. Same thing with black pepper. Freshly ground black pepper, nothing else. That's it, no more, just like that.
So now that we're caramelizing these onions, while that's going, and we already have our burgers kind of coming to room temp, chilling in the back. Now it's time to make our signature sauce to go along with the burger. So I'm just gonna walk you guys through making this signature sauce, kind of in and out style. So I hope you guys really like it. It's one of my favorite sauces to make. Very easy to make, but very, very delicious.
All right, so you know what time it is? It's time to make our secret sauce. You know, that infamous in and out style secret sauce. That's gonna make this thing amazing. Very simple, right? So I forgot to leeway in earlier. We're definitely going to need our dill pickles, right? And then we need our mayonnaise, our ketchup, our mustard, the garlic powder, and that little, what is that? Is Mrs. Cayenne pepper. All right, that's what's gonna give it that nice, what is that? But that tingles my tongue, and I like that. But we're gonna need that in there, all right? And then finish it off with some salt and the BP black pepper. So now we're gonna start cutting our pickles into planks. And after we get them, you know, into planks, we're gonna start going across lengthwise. You know, you wanna kind of make, you know, little batons. You know, just go across. And then after we get our little batons, we're gonna start stacking them all together. And we're gonna start going the opposite direction, you know, to get a nice little dice on all of our pickle spears. Make sure you have an even chop on everything. That's gonna keep the sauce very consistent and uniform. Now that we got it all chopped up, you know, we're gonna start putting everything into our bowl, right? All right, throw those bad boys in there. Whoop. All right, so here's the sauce. So my ratio is ketchup. The ratio is ketchup 2 to 1 mayonnaise to half of yellow mustard. All right. So whatever, however big of a bulk you want to do, I'm making a small batch here. And then after that, you want to add about a teaspoon of garlic powder to about a 1/4 teaspoon of Mrs. Cayenne pepper. You know, you don't want to burn these people. You just want to give them a little bit. What's that? You know? So that's that. And then we're going to hit it with that kosher salt, not that granny salt. Hit it with the kosher salt, people. All right. And then obviously fresh ground BP black pepper. All right, hit it with that 2 times. So now that we have everything, you know, in there, it's time to stir everything up. Just mix it up with our rubber spat and we're good to go. You know, just make sure everything's fully incorporated. There's no chunks and lumps of anything. Everything's nice and smooth and fully incorporated. And then you want to, you know, give it a taste. You know, if we have to adjust seasoning, you always have to make sure you taste everything. Oh man, this is so good. Jesus! All right, now it's time to toast up these buns. So we're just gonna hit it up with some whole butter and let it ride, let it melt out, you know, start bubbling up a little bit. And then we're just gonna toss our buns in there and let them get nice and golden brown. The key is to get them nice and golden brown and, you know, impart all that flavor. All right, so we've had these burgers chilling back here, coming to room temperature for a while now. So it's time to sear these burger patties in our pan. So we're gonna hit it with the canola oil, you know, high smoke point, medium to high heat. And the reason we left them out to come to room temperature, the more a meat or protein or a burger like this has a chance to come to room temperature, it's gonna help it cook evenly, right? And then we're gonna hit it with a couple of dustings of the kosher salt, not your granny salt, kosher salt, right? The black pepper, obviously, goes great with beef. Always gotta have it on there. Another sprinkle or 2. There you go. So we're just gonna let these ride out, you know, get crispy a little bit, and then I'm just gonna smash them down. Smash it again, You know, we want these things to be thin. Thin to win, right? So keep pressing them down. Don't be scared. They might come undone a little bit, but just keep pressing them, right? And we're just gonna let these go for about a minute to 2 on each side. They're not gonna take very long to cook. They're gonna go super fast. So just keep an eye on them. Now that we've got the one side nice and crispy and smashed down, we're gonna take it and flip it over. We're gonna finish this side another minute or 2. And then at this point, that leftover piece of butter that we had for our buns, you know, that little knob, just toss it in. We're gonna take it and we're just gonna baste it a little bit, add a little bit more of that flavor, that butteriness. And then we're just gonna top it with that velvety cheese, that American cheese. You know, 1 slice per, just let that melt right on. All right, so we've done all the hard work. Now it's time for the fun part, putting this thing together, right? So now it's time to assemble it. You know, we've got our first step is we have our toasted sesame seed buns. You know, we buttered them nice and toasted. GBD. GBD. Golden, brown, and delicious. And then we're gonna take these buns and we're gonna spread our infamous In-N-Out style burger sauce, right? Top and bottom bun. Make sure you get a nice helping on both sides. And from there, we're gonna take our caramelized onions. They're nice and aromatic, and you know, they got that funk, that charred flavor on there. And I like to stack mine on the bottom. I don't want everything sliding. I don't want the onions going everywhere. And on top of that, I'm gonna add the burger patties, that nice beefy, buttery, cheesy burger patties, one on top of the other, right? And from this point, you know, the crowning moment is that last burger bun on top. And that's it. It's a wrap. That's all we need. Simple, delicious. Dear Lord, this is good. Damn, this is so good. Man, I wish I made another one.